Solving linear systems by graphing, 11.1. I am going to help you with number 2. And I will mark the first equation in blue and I will mark the second equation in red. This first equation in blue is in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. This form makes graphing a lot easier. The first point on your graph is the point where b is -4. This is your starting point on the y-axis. And I'll point at it on the graph so that you can see what I'm talking about here. So you can see that this is -4 and that's in the B position. Okay, now that you see it, that -4 needs to be graphed on the y-axis. So here's the y-axis, and -4 on the y-axis is found right here. So I'm going to put a point there. That is our first point. Now, to get a second point, you need to use your slope, which is your m. Let me point at that so you can see what I'm talking about. Your m is in this position. You find it between the equal sign and the x value. So it's the number between the equal sign and the x value. So here's my equal sign, here's my x value, and the number in between is a 2. So therefore my slope is a 2. The slope must be a fraction, so I have to change the 2 and I need to put a division by 1. So I need to put it over 1. Now, since it is 2 directions, I need to know that I'm going up 2 because the 2 is positive, and I will be going to the right 1 because the 1 is also positive. So let's go see what that looks like on the graph. So from the -4, I am going to move up 2 spaces since my graph is going by 2's, and I'm going to move over to the right once. So I need to put a dot here. Let's go do that. So here is my dot. Goes there, and we will do the slope one more time. So we will start here, move up 2 again, and to the right 1. So I'm going to put another dot right here, and I need 3 dots so that I can stay straight, so that my line can stay straight. It's very good to have 3 dots, not just 2, because then if I only have 2 dots, my line might go crooked. So you can see that if I were to only have 2 dots, I could make my line do this, or I could make my line do that. My third point really makes me stay straight. Now let's go work on the red line. The red line is not in slope-intercept form. It is not in the y equals mx plus b form, but it is in the standard form. Since it is in standard form, we can use intercepts to graph on to the graph, which would be just 2 points. So the first intercept is your x-intercept. You can find the x-intercept by dividing c, which is this number here, which in our case it would be 12. Dividing 12 by a, which a would be in this position, and on the equation here it is a 1. So the 1 would be divided here. So 12 divided by 1 gives us 12. And we're going to go graph that on the x-axis. So if we look, we're going by 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We are going to go a little bit off the graph. So let me put a dot there in red. We're just a tiny bit off the graph here. And I'll put the dot there for now. The second point is our y-intercept. And you can find that by taking C and dividing it by B. Now, C is in this position. You're going to take C and divide it by the number in this position, which is B. In this case, it would be 12 divided by 2. So if we come back here, 12 divided by 2 is equal to 6. Now, that is going to go on your y-axis. Your y-axis is here. So 2, 4, 6. I need a dot there. So let's put a dot there. There we go. And now we can connect our 2 points by making a line. And let me move our line. And let's see if we connect those 2 points. So now you can see where the 2 lines are intercepting. And where they are intercepting, that would be our solution to our problem here. So the solution to our problem, let's see that the solution where the problem is where the graphs meet, and the graphs are meeting at the following point here, which I will just put right now. Let's put that in. This is the solution. The solution is one answer. It is one point where the graphs are meeting. And that was our goal, was to find our x and our y. Our x is 4 and our y is also 4. And the point where they meet is 4, 4. Next, we will do number 5. So now that we have some experience, we know that our b, okay, we know that our first equation is in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, and we know that b is equal to -4 right here, and we also know that our slope is 4/3. Now we know that we will start our graph on -4, which will be here, and then we will move up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right 3. 1, 2, 3. We will need a dot there. Okay, so let's go do that. I put 3 points by using the slope twice. So if you look here, this was our B. I went up 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, and then I went to the right 1, 2, 3 steps. Now I'm going to go up again 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, and to the right 1, 2, 3 steps. So that's how I got those other 2 points, and I put up the line. Next step will be to use the second line. The second line is y equals 4. This line has y always equal to 4 and is graphed horizontally. So if y is always equal to 4, I can come up to the y-axis and put a dot. But I could go anywhere horizontally and put many dots. I can put many dots where y will be equal to 4. Here's another. And here's another. So now if I were to connect those points, then I would have the line y equals 4. That red line is the line y equals 4. Now remember, in order to give a solution, you need to find where those 2 lines, the blue line and the red line, meet. at what coordinates. The solution to this problem is x equals 6 and y equals 4. And if we wrote it as a point, then the point would be 6, 4. I hope you enjoyed the problems that I did with you and that this helps you graph. Now make sure that you finish all of your homework assignment.